All right, ladies and gentlemen, I feel just so invigorated right now. You guys may not know this, but I enjoy what I do. Many may look at what I do and see it as pointless. See it as, like, you'll never be able to reach this or do this, or it's like, I really don't see how that could be like a job that anyone can do, because I've seen that and heard that before. But when I get up here and I do this, there's just a feeling of pride and accomplishment whenever I get in front of this mic and get in front of that camera and hit the start stream and go live button, and I start recording. There's just a sense of pride, accomplishment, and fulfillment that I get whenever I do these. So I just need you guys to understand that this is what I love to do. I'm not trying to psych myself up into, thinking like, oh, this is going to work out in the end. I know it is. I simply know it is. So when I get up here, it's like, oh yes, I can't wait to entertain all these people today. And I'm thankful. So let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way. Yo, peoples, QShu92 here, and welcome back to the second to last read-through catch-up of me going through Dragon Ball Super. I only have one more stream to do, and that will be tomorrow, and I fully catch up to the entirety of Dragon Ball Super before the next chapter drops on January 19th. Needless to say, it's been a long amount of weeks. Well, I wouldn't say long amount of weeks. I started this in December on a Monday. Did I? Yeah, December 5th. So for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh wait, I skipped Sundays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. For the last going on 16 days, skipping Sundays, I've been going through Dragon Ball Super, and I have to say that I've been enjoying every single moment of going through Dragon Ball Super. Thank God for orange juice, because it's cold outside and I do not want to get sick. But I have to say that reading through Dragon Ball has been some of these best streams and most fun streams that I've done in a long time. Sure, I haven't done a whole bunch of gaming streams as I've been prone to do, but reading through Dragon Ball Super consistently with all of you has been pretty much one of my best Decembers I've ever been through. So I just want to say thank you for all the support and, reading along with me. Let's get started. Last we left off in Dragon Ball Super, Gas started fighting Granolah because apparently Elect wished for Gas to be the strongest warrior in the universe. And since the current strongest warrior in the universe was Granolah, Gas's power was made to supersede his, along with apparently a berserker state that Elect told him to get into, which he went berserk for a little while, and he started messing up all of everyone else who was trying to fight against him until he started to regain control of himself. So now we're in a stage where Granolah, given a sensu bean by Vegeta, is prepared to fully fight Granolah, and now we have Gas, who has gained control of his berserker state and has now calmed down, but he still has access to that berserker power as he prepares to face off against both Goku and Vegeta. So let's get started with Chapter 81, Goku's Conflict, and it begins with Elect floating in the air behind a now calmed down Gas as Goku and Vegeta look at him. And then all of a sudden, Gas just merely looks. Gas just merely looks at Goku and Vegeta, and suddenly it's as if Goku and Vegeta are paralyzed. What now? My body feels heavy, goes Goku. And then Gas just looks at him and smiles. And then Vegeta, darn it, he's hit us with some sort of spell. This is bad. We need to keep it together or we'll be crushed by his sheer power. And it shows Gas there with Elect floating behind him as Elect goes, in them. And as he says this, Granolah appears and he prepares to hit Elect as he goes, Elect! And then Elect and Gas are surprised to see him back up. I won't stand for what you've done! And Gas points his 2 fingers towards Elect. What? Yo, Elect was able to use instant transmission on another person other than himself. Because the same way Goku puts his fingers on his head to transmit himself, I didn't know that you could use instant transmission on another person. Like, just direct your energy at them and they get instant transmission out of the way. I didn't know that you could do that. I thought it always had to be the individual. I didn't know you could direct it at someone. I didn't know that. But he gets instant transmission to out of the way of Granola's punch, and he lands on a pillar that's far away from Granolah. Granolah! Goes Goku, and then Elect. Didn't anyone teach you not to throw punches at your employer? That's just bad manners. You murdered my mother! Let's get one thing straight. I decided to let you live, Granolah. And not just my mother. If not for you, nobody on this planet would have had to die. And then he prepares to hit. Then Granolah prepares to hit him with not a 2-fingered double-handed sniper shot, but a 1-fingered one. Just like I said, this was just like the Third Raikage's lightning bolt of death, or I forget the exact name of that jutsu in Naruto, where the less fingers he uses, the more potent the jutsu actually is. So we got Granolah going down from his full hand to 2 fingers, and now he's down to just 1 finger. So this might be the most potent version of that particular attack. Like I said, I don't know the exact name of it. I just call it his powered up sniper shot. But he prepares to shoot at Elect, and Elect goes, "You've got quite the nasty attitude considering you owe me your life. You realize we could have killed you at any point, right? Even right now." And as he says this, Gas comes in and he breaks both of Granolah's arms. Like, he comes up and he kicks upwards while Granolah's arms are still up, and he pretty much snaps both of Granolah's forearms. So he physically can no longer use his fists anymore. That senzu bean came and went, didn't it? But Gas came in and broke both of Granolah's arms with 1 kick. And as Gas is preparing to, well, I wouldn't say prepare, Gas just shoots Granolah point blank. And he shoots Granolah in both of his eyes. So not only is Granolah's arms broken, but he also pretty much blinded him as well. And he gets thrown back, and Goku and Vegeta see this. And then Elect is right there in the path of Granolah as he lands on him. I gotta thank you for all those jobs you did for us. Here, if nothing else, you get to die the same way your mommy did. See ya, Granolah. And then Elect just point blank shoots straight through Granolah. Just shoots him straight through the back, and you see the shot go out of his chest. And then Goku and Vegeta just look on in shock. Mona Ito as well. And Elect is just standing there with his gun smoking. That was a long time coming. You don't mind, do you, that I finished him off? And then Gas, I was no longer interested in him. And then it cuts to Goku. How could they? And my body still won't move right. Then all of a sudden, he gets blasted in the back, and his energy comes back, and it's Vegeta who gave his energy to Goku. What? Hang on, Vegeta. Was that the last of my energy? Yes. Use it wisely. Are you sure about that? Better than us dying here. You can still fight, so do something about that scumbag. And then Goku looks at Vegeta for a second, and then he gets that resolve look in his eye. Then it cuts back to Gas again. Elect, I felt conflicted earlier, but in the end it was indeed necessary. I feel like I lost the accent. It started to turn into someone from New York. It started to mess with it. Elect, I felt conflicted earlier, but in the end it was indeed necessary that I become the universe's strong greatest warrior. Warrior. I gotta work on my accent. It's a gradual process. It's a work in progress. It was indeed necessary that I became the universe's greatest warrior. I'm grateful that you made the wish. Hey, enough of that. I'd do anything for my dear little brother. Besides, your job doesn't end here. We can't afford to waste any more time, so just kill them already. Very well. And then it cuts to Goku powering up, and he's in Super Saiyan Blue form, fully revitalized, as he launches at Gas. And he appears right between Gas and Elect, and he kicks down Gas. And then he instant transmissions in front of Gas. You broke free of my spell, I see. Good on you. And then Goku just looks very angry, veins popping up over his head, but then he calms down. And then it cuts to Goku. I've got no real reason to fight you, so could you just leave this planet already? Calm and collected, are we? No rage over the death of your friend. Oh, I'm mad, but anger is an emotion that messes with my special move. I don't understand. And then it cuts to Elect. Now that you know our plan, we can't let you live. Begging for your life won't save you, Saiyan. You heard him. And then Gas creates like a giant roof of spikes. What is this, Indiana Jones? Just creates a giant roof of spikes and tries to bring it down on Goku, which he dodges. Then, while Goku's dodging, he creates an entire wall of spikes and tries to crush Goku with it. And Goku withstands it. And as he jumps out of the way from getting crushed, Gas keeps creating more and more walls of spikes to slam into Goku, and Goku keeps effortlessly dodging all of them and destroying other walls of spikes with other walls of spikes. And as that's happening, Gas jumps back and he looks at the ruined Cerulean City, and then he causes the ruins to fly up in the air and get launched at Goku, which Goku continues to dodge. Then he sees the tower get launched at him, and he holds it, and then he flips on top of it, and then he just smashes it into the ground. Then he gets blindsided by a full-on subway train, like a bullet train, and he gets swept up by it, and he gets pushed out of the area where he and Gas are fighting right now.
Gas can send super huge things flying now. Love it!
And that's Mackie and Oil just watching on. Then it cuts to Goku, who flips on the back of the train with Gas up there waiting for him. Thank you for humoring me with my toys and tools. I wanted to test my power. I wasn't expecting this to kill you. And then Goku just looks at him. Well, go on. Show me the extent of your strength as the son of that vexing Saiyan. And then Goku launches at him, and then it's just an exchange of blows and dodges between Gas and Goku. Then it gets to a point where Goku punches where Gas is, but Gas dodges, and then delivers a solid blow to his midsection. And then as Goku continues to miss Gas has him by the neck. I see not even a hint of fire in your eyes. Why? And then he starts gripping more and more on Goku's neck before Goku flips him over. And then he tries to blast where Gas is, but another train pops up and hits him off the side again. So he gets blindsided by another train. And Vegeta's just watching all this happen. What does that fool think he's doing? And then it cuts to Goku being pushed, blindsided by this train, while Gas is on another. When it came to combat, your father's fierce resolve was like no other. I do not sense that from you. And then Goku launches at Gas, and he pretty much demolishes the head car of the train that Gas was on, but Gas just jumped over to the other side, and he's just looking at him. Are you truly his son? I hit my head when I was little and lost all my memories up to that point. So I don't remember a thing about my dad or the other Saiyans. That explains it. You cannot comprehend who you really are then. I could never fall to one such as you. And then he causes the train that Goku's on to suddenly shake and go right into the lake. And then Gas jumps off the train and he makes his way down to where Goku fell in the water. And since his aura is so massive, the amount of power he's outputting is so massive, he floats down to the bottom of the lake, and his aura is just keeping the water itself from touching him. It's like when Might Guy used the 8 gates for the first time against Kisame Hoshigaki during Naruto, and he used the Asakujaku Asakujaku against him, and the whole water wasn't even touching him at all. That's basically what's happening with Gas right now. He's given off so much power that the water itself is being held back from just the sheer presence of him. And he's strangling Goku, who's in the water, and he's just strangling him underwater. The inability to breathe causes you pain. What a frail species. How about I suffocate you then? What a pathetic death that would be. And then it cuts to Goku, who struggles to try and put his hand outside of the water into the dry air where Gas is right now. Not a fan of that idea, I see. It would not satisfy me either, as Goku tries to blast Gas, and Gas catches his blast. Like, Goku tries to hit him with a ki blast, but Gas catches it. And then he throws it right back at Goku with even greater force, and the whole lake just explodes from this. And then everyone is watching this. Maki and Oil get doused in water because that's how far-reaching this explosion was. And Electa's just watching, and both Oil and Maki are just coughing up water.
Why do you have to aim the splash zone away? Jeez.
And then it cuts to Goku, who's all, darn it, how can I beat this guy? And then Gas is just floating in the air. And he's looking down at something, but he's not looking at Goku. I see now. That explains how you people keep recovering after enough time has passed. And then Goku looks to the side, and we see that Mona Ito is over where Granolah is. And Mona Ito, I think he's trying to heal him. I will not allow another soul to die! Not on my watch! And then he just starts healing Granolah. Granolah! He's not dead after all! And then this catches the attention of Vegeta, Maki, and Oil, and Electa's just like, this guy again. Mona Ito possesses the ability to heal. He should be the first to die then. And then Gas just flies over to where Mona Ito is. And as he gets close, he's intercepted by Goku, who grabs onto him. What do you hope to achieve? And then Goku instant transmissions himself and Gas out of the area, surprising both Mona Ito and Elect. And then it cuts to another location, and it's Jocko. It's another planet with Jocko.
Are there any problems around here? A super elite like me was born to help.
And then the shopkeeper just doesn't say anything. And then he just goes, you mind changing that light bulb there? My back's been acting up.
Do you think I'm some sort of handyman? Fine, I'll do it as a special favor, but only this once.
And then it cuts to Jocko, who just starts changing a light bulb. Then there's a flash in the sky, and Goku apparently instant transmissioned himself and Gas to where Jocko was.
Is that you, Goku?
You bet, Jocko, and I'm glad you were on a nearby planet. Where are we? Huh? Heck if I know. What can I say? What I can say is that you'd never be able to make it here with your version of instant transmission. Ha! You still believe a technique of yours is superior to mine? Sure do. I've been using that move for years and years. It's not a simple one to master. And then it shows Gas trying to use instant transmission, but Goku uses his superior fine and mastered instant transmission to constantly dodge him over and over. And then it gets to a point where Gas hits Goku with his foot, and Goku blocks it, and the resulting shockwave causes Jocko and some bystanders to be launched back.
Ah!
Can you really follow me wherever I go? And then Goku just instant transmissions from the front of Gas. Don't underestimate my power. And then Gas just instant transmissions out to try and follow Goku. And then Jocko's just left there standing there, just like,
Sheesh! That idiot already found another nasty bad guy to fight. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see anything.
And that's the end of Chapter 81. Onwards to Chapter 82. Well, Psycho, it was good to see you. Gas reminds you of Nighthawk from Mortal Kombat, the way he makes weapons out of nothing. Kind of reminds me of that as well. I don't know why I was thinking that he reminds me of Carnage, the way that he's able to just make any sort of weapon he wanted. But chapter 82, and we cut to that one Galactic Patrol member whose name escapes me at the time, and we see Goku instant transmissioning in as Gas comes in right behind him with the Galactic Patrol going like, what the? And it shows Goku and Gas clashing with each other on this outpost. And he instant transmissions out, and Gas does the same. And then they instant transmission onto the planet, where the announcer that was hosting the exhibition tournament between Champa and Beerus earlier on in this series, they teleport onto that same planet that also has that one alien penguin that was saying like, "This universe is so huge." You know, the national anthem of the universe. They just instant transmission on that planet, and they're clashing with one another. And then they teleport out, and they wind up on another planet with more Galactic Patrol members. And then they teleport to another location as Gas goes, "You cannot escape me!" And as Goku points in one direction, it shows Gas getting covered in something. I can't tell if that's manure or if that's just regular dirt. And there's someone in the front seat that looks strangely a lot like Monaka. That person looks eerily like Monaka. Huh? That's what you get for warping so recklessly. And then it cuts to, I guess this might actually be dirt or manure on him, because Goku goes, as Gas gets up out of this, he goes, "Go clean up in the river over there. I don't mind. We can get back to fighting after that." Silence! And then Gas launches at Goku, and they continue to use instant transmission all over the galaxy. And then it cuts to them teleporting directly into the Galactic King's bath. Only Goku would do something like this. But they instant transmission right into the Galactic King's bath. There you go. Perfect time for a bath. And then Gas just slowly gets up out of the water, head all wet. And then it cuts to Monaito as he's trying to heal Granolah, while Elect, Maki, and Oil are there wondering what's going on. Now, where did those two go? And then Vegeta's right there by himself. He's buying time, jumping from planet to planet. Oil, get a lock on Gas's position using the tracker in his comm device. Got it. And then it cuts to the Galactic Prison as Gas and Goku are fighting in the Galactic Prison. And Goku gets launched straight towards some cells. Luckily, he doesn't go straight through one, as we see the Galactic dudes on the inside. Enough of this! Stop leaping from one location to another! You're ready to admit that I'm better at you at instant transmission? You're still going on about that? And then it cuts to the Zhao Yogi, who was like the advisor to Saganbo before he died. He was all like, "Hey, ain't that the Hitter's kid brother?" And then it cuts to Yunba.
"Oh yeah, he used to be a real little guy."
Psst, kiddo, remember us? It's been a while. Looks like you got a bone to pick with Son Goku over there. But bust us out of this joint and we'll lend you a hand.
And then Gas just looks at him and goes, "The dregs of Saganbo's gang, huh? The dregs of Saganbo's gang, huh? Huh? I gotta get that right. The dregs of Saganbo's gang, huh? I have no need of your aid."
The kid's real full of himself.
Remember the first time we met him? He was so scared he wet himself.
And then it cuts to Gas, who's stopping, and then he goes, "I did not urinate on myself." I did not urinate on myself. And then Goku's looking like, huh? And then Yumba continues going,
"Nah, you totally wet yourself. Oh, like, big brother, I'm scared, help me."
And then Goku starts laughing.
Is that true?
I said there was no urination involved.
What about the wet stain we saw then? Does your tribe cry out of their crotches?
Sick man.
I did not wet myself. It was only a few drops because I'd been holding it in for too long. So he did pee himself. I did not wet myself. It was only a few drops because I had been holding it in for so long. And then there's just dead silence. And then it cuts to Goku. Well, dang, you really did wet yourself. Exactly what I said! And then it cuts back to Oil, trying to track down where Gas is.
Gotta look on his signal. He's in the galactic prison.
What did they do in there?
Nope, hang on, they just warped an even farther away.
That idiot. And then it cuts to Goku and Gas teleporting to a new place, with more galactic patrol in the area. You're way stronger than him. I bet you can make your own choices. I seek power for Elect's sake alone. I follow his commands in order to make the Heaters the supreme organization in the universe. And then he shoots at Goku, which Goku dodges and appears right behind him. Oh, gotcha. I guess you really respect your brother. I was once the weakest among us, but Elect raised me to this level. I would do anything for him. Sure, that explains it. Elect's will is absolute. Are you sure about that? How far can you trust him? My own brother almost killed me a while back, so you might want to watch your back. And then it cuts to Elect.
What's next, Elect?
With Mackie.
What's next, Elect?
Never mind them for now. The only ones left here are half dead anyway. And the only ones left here are half dead already. Let's mop up these stragglers first.
Sweet! Sound like it's our turn for some action.
And then it cuts to Mona Ito, still trying to heal Granolah, as Mackie and Oil prepare to really seriously beat up on an old man. Then it cuts to a far-off asteroid as Goku is clashing with Gas, while the citizens of this asteroid are holding on for dear life. And then Goku uses instant transmission. The beam that Gas fires goes straight through the asteroid, all the way out the other side, with a hole so big that the denizens of that asteroid look down on it. Then it cuts to a nearby ship, and Goku teleports onto it. And it's Iriko! Huh? And then Goku is shaking. Darn, I can't keep playing defense much longer. Hang on a sec.
Goku!
And then, there we go! And then as Gas appears behind him, he instant transmissions out of the area, and then Gas goes after him. Then it cuts to someone on top of what looks to be like a dinosaur camel type individual thing. It's a weird creature. But on the back of this creature is Whis and the Oracle Fish, and they just chillin'. Isn't it delectable, Oracle Fish? And then it cuts to Gas and Goku teleporting in the same area as Whis. Goku? Lucky for me you're hanging out here, Whis. And why have you come to me? And then Whis just flies over to Goku so casually. Who's this? My master, who happens to be an angel. Sorry, Whis, but can I leave this guy with you for a minute? Huh? See ya, Gas. And then Goku just dips. Sorry, Whis, but can I leave this guy with you for a minute? Huh? See ya, Gas. And then he instant transmissions out back onto Iriko's ship. And then it cuts to Goku, who uses instant transmission to go back to each previous place he went to. He remembers each place. Maybe Goku is not as dumb as I thought he was, because he's going back to each previous location. Iriko's ship, the asteroid, I want to say, he's going back through every location that they were just at previously. Going backwards. He's retracing his steps with instant transmission. And then he goes back into the bathroom with the Galactic King, then goes back to the previous planet there, and then it cuts back to Whis just floating there with Gas as he's going, did he just? No, why? And then it cuts to Goku, who teleports right in between Mona Ito, Oil, and Mackie. And as they were about to bear down on Mona Ito, Goku's right there glaring at him.
Huh? How are you back here alone? What'd you do with Gas?
And then Elect is in the back going, tch. And then Gas is trying his best his best to use instant transmission, but he can't lock onto him.
Crap, where did he go?
If you must know, Goku's returned to planet Cereal. It's a distance too great for you to warp directly. And then Gas gets upset and he goes,
Which way is planet Cereal?
Which direction? That way. And because, Whis has no reason to be on Goku's side. He's morally, he's in the middle. He's outside of that. He just points in the direction of where planet Cereal actually is. Then it cuts to Gas, who starts flying. He starts flying at high speed from the planet where Whis is towards where planet Cereal is. Oh my, why couldn't he have stayed for a more leisurely visit? Especially when this planet has such scrumptious desserts. Right, Oracle Fish?
Who was that?
Huh? And then it cuts back to Goku, who's tending and looking after Granolah.
Gas will be back soon, but I bought us some time. Let's get to safety for now.
And then it cuts to like a speeder pulling up right next to Goku and company, and it's like this little robot. And it's like this little robot that looks like Gas's goggles.
Get in! Let's take shelter at the old man's place!
And this robot has Vegeta with him as well. It's you! Granola's talking half-goggle thing! You can turn into a robot too? That's neat! And then it cuts to Maki.
Heads up! They're gonna run! Shall we unleash our inner natures and fight them?
Don't be stupid. You two could never beat that Saiyan. We'll retreat for now and wait for Gas to get back. Oil, keep an eye on them in the meantime.
Got it.
And then it cuts to Goku and company driving off. And then someone is calling Goku. Hello, Goku? Huh? Where'd this thing come from? I planted it on you earlier, and it's Whis. You did? But how? When? I must say, I can't abide you interrupting my dessert time. Sorry, but you were just the right distance away, and I knew he'd have to behave himself around you. Speaking of Gas, he's hurtling towards you at breakneck speed. Huh? He can fly through space? He should reach your location within 20 of your Earth minutes.
20 minutes isn't enough time for me to heal Granolah.
And then Vegeta's just giving his ever-present scoff, like,
Kakarot, you had one job.
I can't keep my heart calm the way you do, Whis. That's understandable. As an angel, I am a fundamentally different life form than you.
So how do I learn to use Ultra Instinct better?
How many times must I tell you? It's up to you to discover your own unique version of Ultra Instinct. Listen to the voice within you. Deep down, what are you really?
What am I?
Hey, son of Bardock, there's something I should show you.
Oh? And then it gets back to Monito's place. And then it cuts to Granolah being laid down by Goku and Vegeta. And then Monito,
here we are.
And he has something in a cloth. And he uncloths it. And it's Bardock's Scouter. Yo! This is the last thing of Bardock that remains. Because remember, he got obliterated along with Planet Vegeta when Frieza destroyed it. But this is the last thing of Bardock that belongs to Bardock that remains. And then Vegeta,
a Scouter? Yep, left behind by Bardock himself. It's yours now by all rights.
The Scouters was my dad's.
Allow me.
And then Vegeta puts on the Scouter and turns it on.
It's broken. However, there's evidence of saved audio data. I thought so. I've had it for 40 years, but I never could get it to play.
What sort of data is it? Says Goku.
It should be a recording of the fight against Gas. We might find out how Bardock won that battle if we can get it to work.
And then Goku and Vegeta are all like, oh, we could possibly get this to work.
Bulma could repair it, but...
And then it cuts to Oatmeal, who walks up and goes,
Give it to me. I can access the circuitry directly and play the audio via my speakers.
Then it cuts to Gas, who's flying at breakneck speeds with all of his strength, streaking through the stars, just making his way back to all of them. Then it cuts to Mackie.
Gas is headed back our way, and he's super fast. That's speed, and that's without a spaceship. He's really some kind of ultimate being now.
And then it has Oatmeal tinkering away with the scouter.
It's powered back up.
As the scouter turns back on. And then it has, audio fizzling through Oatmeal. And then it cuts to Bardock.
That attack had to have some effect. Monito, use this chance to get as far away as you can.
Oh, that's Bardock's voice!
I'll slow Gas down. Listen to me. You two have to stay alive.
And then something resonates within Goku. And then it zooms in his eyes as the face of both of his parents. The moment where they sent Goku off towards Earth was the last time, and that memory of his parents actually shows up.
You have to stay alive.
And then all of a sudden, Goku just feels this sense of power just go over. Just envelop him. And now we get the title of this chapter. Chapter 82, Bardock versus Gas. And then it cuts to 40 years ago. This is still the same chapter I've been reading. This is still the same chapter. This is still the same chapter. It's just that it had this large amount of pages. Wow, these are a lot of pages. 48 pages per chapter. Good God. But this is all the stuff that's been happening beforehand. And now we get the title drop of the fight between Bardock and Gas. So Goku remembers this memory. And then it cuts to 40 years ago as Bardock is fighting against Gas while Monaito hides with a very young Granolah. Take this! And it shows Bardock hitting a young Gas with a fully powered fist.
Judging from his tail, I suppose he must be a Saiyan, and a powerful fighter too. We believed only the low-class grunts were sent to this planet. Perhaps we were wrong.
And then it cuts to Bardock, who clashes with Granolah over and over again. Then, Gas. Clashes with Gas over and over again. Then Gas imbues like a big ball above him, and he throws it at Bardock. And Bardock just backhands it away, surprising Gas. And then Bardock delivers a massive uppercut to Gas's stomach, and then kicks him far away, deep into the forest.
That attack had to have some effect.
Then Bardock lands right next to Monaito.
Monito, use this chance to get as far away as you can.
Yeah!
I'll slow Gas down. Listen to me. You two have to stay alive.
And then it gets to some beeping that happens on his scouter as Gas launches into the air.
Huh?
You cannot escape me.
There's not even a scratch on you. What a monster.
I am going to end this now. I cannot afford to have Elec lose faith in me. Not here. And he ordered me to handle this without delay.
And that is the end of chapter 82. Wow, so much is happening. What if Goku took him to Broly and said, here's a test? Oh, Gas ain't surviving. I mean, Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan. If what Kale was capable of doing during the Tournament of Power is any indication of what Broly can do, and Kale is the legendary Super Saiyan of Universe 6? Or is it Universe 11? Universe 6. Champa's universe. Then Broly, he probably barbecued him ribs, because it's Broly. The legendary Super Saiyan does not run out of energy. The only reason why Broly lost during Dragon Ball Super Broly was because Chi Lai wished him away. You know, but then again, he was fighting against Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, so that's another matter. But if he dropped him in front of Broly, just remember when they ditched Frieza and Frieza was getting beat up for like 30 minutes? Or was it an hour? Beaten up before an hour by Broly? Probably be the same situation with Gas. But let's move on to chapter 83. And then we got one more chapter after that. Bardock versus Gas, Part 2. And we're still 40 years in the past, as Gas is steadily using his weapon summonings, and it cuts to Mona Ito, who has his eyes closed. As Mona Ito says,
Bardock, we'll take what fate hands us. You've done enough. There's no reason for you to lay down your life here. Run and save yourself.
What? That's crazy.
I should mention, you could flee right now, but the Saiyans aren't fated to last much longer anyway.
Oh yeah? What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing much. Just something I heard from Elect.
Yo, Elect heard about Frieza's plans to destroy the Saiyans. The Heaters knew about the destruction of planet Vegeta. They knew of the plot to destroy the Saiyans. They knew! Just from what Gas said.
I should mention you should flee right now. But the Saiyans aren't fated to last much longer anyway.
But
just something I heard from Elect.
Tuh, I've heard enough cryptic crap out of you. It's you and your gang who's got no future.
And he tosses a blast at Gas, and Gas, let me move my phone away from here so it can stop doing that. Stop that! Stop it!
It's you and your gang who's got no future.
And then he throws a blast at Gas, and Gas flips away, and he brings down a mace right on top of Bardock, but it hurts his hands massively and causes him to spit out blood because it hit both his hands and his head. Yeah, it hit both his hands and his head, and he grips the mace, and he throws Gas high into the air, off into the distance of the Force.
Listen closely. This is my fight now. You two are in the way, so get out of here!
And then he flies off, and he continues to fight against Gas.
Your blows feel like pinpricks against Catchinite.
And Catchentite.
Your blows feel like pinpricks against Catchetite.
And Catchentite is one of the hardest materials in the galaxy. I believe this is what the Supreme Kais used to see if a person is worthy of using the Z-Sword. But he continues to clash with Gas.
Enough of these irritating, sorry excuses for attacks. I said enough!
And then he just zaps himself with power that also winds up hitting Bardock as well, and he's left lying on the ground.
I cannot afford to waste more time on you. You wouldn't mind if I unleash a bit of my inner nature, would you?
And it shows Gas as a little bit of his body starts to, bulk up. Starts to bulk up with this, berserker state. Then it cuts to Mona Ito, who's getting the 2 Dragon Balls out of the pot he has.
Using the Dragon Balls for our own benefit is forbidden, but it should be okay if my wish helps someone from another planet.
And it cuts to Bardock as he gets hit hard enough in the face for a scouter to fall off.
Darn it. So your kind can adjust their power levels, huh?
Oh, this is far from the full extent of the power slumbering within me. I suppose you've lost the will to fight back now?
You wish. Nothing gets my blood pumping like a powerful foe.
And this bothers Gas because the fact that Bardock is not relenting. So Gas, in return, screams, "Enough!" and kicks Bardock with such extreme force that he goes sailing into the distance after hitting him with an overhead smash. Then, as Bardock gets up and he rushes Gas again, it cuts to the background from the spot where he got slammed into, and we see the dragon appearing in the distance.
State your wish. If it's within my power, your single wish is my command.
And then it cuts. It cuts to Monito saying,
"Send Bardock back to his home planet."
And then the dragon doesn't say anything. And as Gas is beating up on Bardock, a sudden thought rushes through Bardock's mind.
Hear me, Bardock. It is Mona Ito's wish that I should transport you to your home planet, Vegeta.
What the? Whose voice is this?
And Gas is looking confused.
I am the wish-granting dragon known as Toronbo.
And as Bardock is just listening to all this, Gas is wondering what's going on.
Who's he speaking to? Huh? What is that?
And then Gas looks over at Toranbo as he's there speaking to Monaito, and he goes,
I'm afraid he has refused.
"What?" And then it cuts to Bardock.
A Saiyan would rather die than run from an enemy.
Yo, your boy Bardock is one who is willing to run pockets, then run away. That's my boy Bardock. Let's go!
A Saiyan would rather die than run from an enemy.
And then he speeds up to Gas, and he punches him in both of his arms.
Your ticks barely tickle. Like I said.
And then he kicks Bardock high into the air.
Darn it. Listen, Bardock. So it's you this time, Monaito. I sure wish you wouldn't have put voices in my head.
You showed real moral fiber saving us back there, and that was more than enough. I've got no doubt that the kindness in your heart is gonna save someone else someday. That's why you need to live.
Sorry, but I don't take orders from anyone. And I'm not leaving this place until I've beaten him.
Yo, Bardock, I'm not going anywhere until I run these jokers' pockets first.
What is it going to take to make you see reason? Fine, then tell me, is there another wish I could make for you? I'm just trying to help you.
What's this all about anyway? Are you making a wish on a shooting star or something? But sure, I'd wish that my sons end up thriving.
And then he just jets off towards Gas. And it cuts to Mackie, Elect, and Oil in the past, seeing an explosion in the distance.
This really dragging on. I guess Gas made his match.
Hey, what's that weird glow over there?
Huh? I don't know. That isn't where the fight's going down. That isn't even where the fight's going down, says Oil.
But it is near the old Namekian's hut.
And then they see a light shoot up in the sky, and then two lights separate.
I wish for tasty food. I wish for tasty food. I wish for...
Quit it! Quit it, idiot! Those probably aren't shooting stars!
And then it goes to Elect. I'm curious now. Let me check it out. You two go ahead and prep to Great Freezer's ship. Sure. And then they just go off, and then it cuts to Monaito.
Yeah, he has the right idea. A wish is a way to create hope for the future. Selfish wishes can only bring about doom, and I was about to make a grave mistake.
And then he looks back at his hut, where Granolah is.
I meant to protect what hope we've got left with all I've got.
And then it cuts to Gas as he continues to throw blasts at Bardock. And then Bardock gets hit across the ground, and as he lands upside down into a tree, he opens his eyes to see countless blasts just hit him all over. And the whole area just explodes from Gas throwing ki blasts over and over and over again.
Ugh. You've overstayed your welcome.
And then it cuts to Gas, who grips onto Bardock's tail. And then, holding onto Bardock's tail, he slams him back and forth over and over again. And then it gets to a point where he throws Bardock in the air, and then he starts pulling on Bardock until his tail snaps off. So the one who severed Bardock's tail was Gas. The one who severed Bardock's tail was Gas. No, and then he kicks away Bardock into a nearby rock pillar.
No more giant ape form for you now. It's over, Saiyan.
And he conjures up a spear in his hands.
Prepare to die.
And then he throws the spear at Bardock. And then it hits something. But it's not Bardock that it hits. It's Monaito. Monaito came in and intercepted the spear straight through his shoulder. He took the hit.
what you? Sorry about before, but now I'm ready to protect Granolah, no matter what. So do me a favor and win this one for us, Bardock.
At every turn, you two insist on disrupting my work.
And then that's when Gas goes full berserk. And he rushes both Granolah and Monaito. And as he punches, he tries to punch where Monaito is, but Bardock takes the hit. And both of them get sent flying, while Monaito gets slightly buried in some rubble. Monaito! And then it cuts to Gas, who's holding Bardock by the neck.
The Nameku you sought to protect is gone, and I will soon track down and kill the child. As you die, know that you failed to protect anyone.
And then Bardock goes,
That's not your call to make, and I'm not dying before I've beaten you.
and point blank right there on Gas, he blasts Gas, and it separates the both of them, where Bardock proceeds to just work Gas, just like over, dodge, weave, boom, just hitting him over and over again. Then Gas gets up, and the whole area explodes from where he's standing.
What do you hope to achieve? What fight a battle you cannot win? Is this atonement for you as you face death? Or you atoning for the sins of all Saiyans by protecting the child?
Now, mind you, he's gone berserk, so of course his voice would change. But Bardock just says, no. Ooh.
Are you atoning for the sins of all Saiyans by protecting the child?
No.
Revenge, then? Giving into your rage over us killing the Namekian and the Cerulean woman?
Wrong again.
Then why? Why fight? What is it? Running through your skull as we do battle!
And then it cuts to Gas, fully powered up, rushing towards Bardock, and then Bardock suddenly powers up, and he completely stops the fist of Gas with one hand. Your boy Bardock is built different! And this completely shocks Gas.
Isn't it obvious by now? In a life or death battle, what sort of idiot would think about anything else besides victory?
And then, with one decisive blow, he nails Gas directly in his midsection.
I fight when there's an enemy I want to beat down. Nothing more to it.
And then he blasts away Gas with like, yo, Bardock is so good! And the whole forest just erupts.
How are you doing this? You Saiyans have no ascended states beside the Great Ape.
You're ignorant, and that's my fault, and that's my fault. You're ignorant, and that's my fault? Nah. See, we Saiyans have a way of growing and evolving every time we push past our limits.
That's absurd. I represent a limit that no lowly Saiyan can surpass. It cannot be!
As it shows Gas not really dealing well with the fact that someone can actually surpass him. Because as far as Gas is concerned, Saiyans only have Great Ape. And if he's stronger than Great Ape, then he's stronger than Saiyans. But he doesn't understand that by severing the tail of a Saiyan, you essentially unlocked Bardock's limiter. This is your fault, Gas! This is your fault! But Bardock seizes the opportunity and dive kicks directly into Gas and just beats up on him over and over, and Electa's just watching.
He went and let his inner nature loose.
And then it cuts to Gas, who's struggling to get his mind right, as Bardock launches in the air and goes,
I'm ending this!
And he sends one big blast towards Gas, and the whole mountaintop just explodes, and at the center of the crater lies a now shrunken Gas, who's no longer in his berserker state. And then Bardock is there, and he falls to the ground unconscious. And Elect is there, seeing all this happen.
I didn't think you'd lose control after unleashing yourself. A real shame. We'll have to double down on training.
And then it cuts to Bardock, who manages to move a little bit.
He's still alive? Really? I thought you were loyal to Frieza.
When it comes to business, there's the hand you show and the hand you don't. Speaking of, your kind doesn't even know that what Frieza is really planning, right?
Huh?
You Saiyans are such gullible sips. While you're in a daze playing catch-up, don't be surprised if a meteor drops on your head.
Explain. What do you mean?
Wouldn't you like to know? Well, how about... Nah.
And then Elect tries to shoot Bardock, but he only shoots him in the arm, causing Bardock to fall in pain off of the cliff where he was.
Tch, I missed.
And then he tries to aim where Bardock is, but he gets a call.
What, Mackie?
Frieza's ship is incoming! Get your butt over here!
Fine, I'll be right there.
And then he just shoots in the direction of where Bardock is.
Whatever. He doesn't need my help to die after all that.
And then it cuts to Bardock, who's laying on the ground with that arm wound. All around the shots that Elect missed trying to hit him again as he flies off with an unconscious gas. And then it cuts off into the distance into the little disheveled rock where Mona Ito was inside. Pardon me. As he struggles to get out of this buried under this rubble.
Where's Bardock? There! Bardock, are you still alive?
I'd ask you the same thing, Mona Ito.
Takes more than that to put a Namekian down.
You don't say. Good. I take it the Cerulean kid is okay too?
Yep, he is. Those thugs left us for dead and headed off. You won the battle, Bardock!
And that is where we see the destroyed remains of Bardock's scouter and what Mona Ito has kept all this time as chapter 83 comes to a close. One more chapter for today, and then tomorrow will be my last Dragon Ball Z massive chapter read-through. We're almost there. Hold up, did Bardock just wish for Goku's strength? Think about it, Snow. Think about it. He wished for Goku, he wished for his sons to thrive. So, just to be like on the academic side, the word thrive definition. It said that it wants to pull up Thrive Cosmetics instead of Thrive definition of Merriam-Webster. Okay, so the word thrive means of a child, animal, or plant. It means to grow or develop well or vigorously. To prosper. To flourish. So what Bardock has basically done has made it so that Goku can basically overcome everything. To prosper in every fight. He wished for his sons to thrive. Unfortunately, Raditz did not get the full effect of that wish since he got special beamed cannon straight through the chest during Goku's first major fight when the Saiyans first arrived. But Goku is thriving. He actually is fulfilling his dad's wish. So, all this time that Goku's been winning and surviving and surpassing his limits, surprising every person he's come across, we can thank Bardock for wishing that his sons would thrive. Because your boy Goku has been thriving. He's been surpassing all these limits, and he still keeps getting stronger. To grow or develop well or vigorously. And that's basically what Goku's been doing this entire time. But onwards to the last chapter for today. Chapter 84, A People's Pride. People's Pride? Saiyan Pride? The audio... And then it cuts to Oatmeal that goes,
The audio data ends here.
And then both Goku and Vegeta are just looking in amazement over everything they just heard.
Wow. Bardock left this planet as soon as he was on his feet again, and only a scouter was left behind.
Then it cuts to different images as it shows older 50-year-old Goku and baby Goku. And then it cuts to the moment where Bardock landed back on planet Vegeta, and he's reunited with his wife. And baby Goku was semi-conscious, seeing his dad in and out of the house over and over. Then we see Bardock leaving to go fight and do his job, while his wife and Raditz, very young Raditz, are just watching, and then Goku's just seeing all this stuff happen from time to time. And then it cuts to Bardock, who has a stern look on his face. This is probably the moments before Planet Vegeta was destroyed by Frieza, as he's looking very seriously at Goku in this incubator. Yeah, because they're getting Goku out of his incubator and put him in full Saiyan gear, and then sent him inside of the drop pod that was sent towards Earth. And then it cuts to Bardock and his wife, Bardock and Goku's mom, just watching as Goku sets off from the planet. I feel like I finally understand what Saiyan Pride is about. Oh wait, Vegeta. I feel like I finally understand what Saiyan Pride is about. Or rather, I remembered what it's all about, along with my dad's face. The thing is, I haven't had total faith in my power. I've lost sight of it as well. My burden is not the sins of all Saiyans, but our people's pride. Why did it have to be your father, of all people, who helped me realize this? Because basically, Vegeta, your dad was a bit of a tool, so you wouldn't have learned nothing from him. Why did it have to be your father, of all people, who helped me to realize this? And to think that you and Raditz survived when you were young because of a wish on the Dragon Balls. That's not fair. Give me a break. Wishing for you to thrive and all. Whoever heard of such pampered Saiyans? How about the way you pamper and spoil Bra, huh? One has nothing to do with the other. And then it cuts to Mona Ito, who's holding on to the scouter.
Bardock, what a funny way for your will to be passed down. A people's pride isn't about atoning for sins of the past. And it ain't about taking revenge. It's all about accepting your nature and sticking to your convictions. And that's true of any tribe out there. Over here, you two. Let me patch you up before Gas gets back.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks again.
But first, your clothes.
And then Mona Ito puts Goku and Vegeta in full Saiyan garb. Like, this is the first time we see Vegeta wearing Saiyan garb that is almost reminiscent of the gear he wore when he used to work for Frieza. The only difference is he doesn't have like pieces of it that looks like he still belongs with Frieza. It's just like black undersuit. It's the black undersuit. Unless it's blue. It's hard to tell. I'm sorry. He just basically puts Goku and Vegeta back in full Saiyan garb again. Could I just have my original outfit back?
What? You don't want to dress how Bardock once did?
I can't get used to this jacket. I can't get used to this jacket. Because that's the same jacket that he wore when he used to work for Frieza. And then it cuts to Gas as he's flying through space, and then he gets angrier and angrier, and then he goes, "Found you!" And then he's instant transmissions from space, because apparently he sensed Goku and lands right outside Mona Ito's hut. To the surprise of basically everybody. Get out here, science! And then it cuts to Oil, who's watching this fight go on. Yo, Mackie, Gas is back. He's at the hut.
Hey, steadier than we thought. Guess what? What now, Elect?
Let's move the ship over that way, but only within view of the battle and not too close. Hey there, brother. How you feeling? I'm feeling like I just wasted too much time. Tell Elect that I'll be finished here shortly. Okay, good luck. We'll have a tasty meal waiting for you. And then Oil just flies off. And it's just Oil standing in front. It's Oil standing in front of the hut as Goku and Vegeta walk outside, and they got their clothes back. Their regular clothes back. Goku with his gi, and Vegeta with his sleeveless bodysuit. This dude never lets go of his gloves, though. He never lets go of his gloves, though. This man loves his gloves! This dude loves his gloves just as much as Sonic does, because it's very rare to see Vegeta without his gloves on.
I assume you will have run off by now. It's you and your gang who need to leave.
Leave? We plan to as soon as I've slaughtered you two.
And then Goku just scoffs at him.
I want to defeat this one, even if it kills me. How about you?
Well, I'm not letting you have all the fun.
Fine. We fight together then.
And then both Yo, wasn't Vegeta the first person when all this stuff started that says, like, I don't like fighting beside you? But now, apparently, there's been an understanding between the two of them, and they're all like,
fine, we'll fight together then.
And they both power up. Ha! As Gas looks confused. And Goku goes, I'll be the one to end this. And Vegeta,
not on my watch.
As they both power up. And Okay, Vegeta. Okay, Goku. Okay, let's go. Both Vegeta and Goku go to their highest forms. Goku goes full-on perfected Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta goes full-on Ultra Ego. And the whole area explodes with a combination of their power. This is such a good Thursday, I don't know what to tell y'all. And a Gas just looks on as the whole atmosphere just changes. And Elect and the rest of them are just looking on.
Hey, what sort of forms are they're using now?
And then Oil's just going,
That Goku guy is using super duper instinct, and Vegeta's got his massive ego boost thing, I think.
And wait, that's Oil who's going,
That Goku guy's using super duper instinct, and Vegeta's got his massive ego boost thing, I think.
Like I give a crap about the names. I'm asking if they're strong or not.
Oh yeah, for sure. Real strong.
And then Oil's all like, oh yeah, they strong. And Elect doesn't say anything.
You intend to face me together? Saiyans are mindless as ever, I see. You still fail to comprehend that such a strategy will not matter given the gulf between us.
And then Goku, completely calm in perfected Ultra Instinct, goes,
No, you're the one who doesn't get it.
Oh?
And then Vegeta,
It's got nothing to do with our odds of victory. What drives us now is the sheer desire to win.
And they both rush Gas. And he clashes with the both of them. And he blocks both of their attacks.
Yeah, about what I expected.
And then it cuts to Goku and Vegeta launching countless attacks at Gas over and over again. And then it looks like Vegeta's about to come down in the air and smash Gas, but Gas dodges out of the way. And then Goku instant transmissions up to where Gas is, and they both trade blows over and over, with Vegeta looking up and going straight back towards him, because he doesn't want to miss out on the fun. And then it's getting to a point where Gas is having to, contend with these super powerful Saiyans at the same time. Then it gets to a point where Vegeta tries to block a hit from Gas, and he gets knocked away. But he flips back, and he kicks away Goku. But the both of them get right back up, and and they both launch back. They both launch at Gas, and they kick him away. And as they try to continue, Gas just spends a lot of his time dodging. He's spending a lot of his time dodging as Goku and Vegeta are working together. They're not just fighting wildly. They're combining some of their attacks, like kicking at the same time, punching at the same time. This is the teamwork that Whis has wanted Goku and Vegeta to achieve since before the Tournament of Power. This is what Whis wanted. And he tries to, and then it shows Gas blasting both Goku and Vegeta, but they dodge it, and they build up their own blasts of their own. We got Goku with a Kamehameha, and then we have Vegeta with his Final Flash! Ha! And they both blast Gas at the exact same time. Gas then uses instant transmission to dodge him, and he creates this long mace that winds up hitting Vegeta in the head and knocking him to the ground. And as Goku is dodging away from Gas, Gas throws his mace away and kicks Goku directly in the stomach, and then using the momentum slams him directly into the ground.
Don't get cocky, you pathetic monkeys!
Move aside, Kakarot! This is a god of destruction move, one capable of erasing mere mortals. If you truly are the world's strongest, then try standing to this! Then try standing up to this!
And he throws this big ball of destruction energy at Gas.
Huh. Observe as I deflect your worthless move.
And then it cuts to Gas as the blast itself starts to hit Gas, and he puts up a shield. And then it cuts to Vegeta putting every ounce of his strength into pushing this blast towards Gas. And then it cuts to Goku, who instant transmission next to Vegeta, and lends a hand and pushes the ball forward. And it starts to slowly but surely chip away at Gas's shield as it looks like Gas is struggling.
Gas is losing ground to them. Is he gonna be okay? Gas is losing ground to them,
goes Mackie. And then Alec goes, they already used those transformations, right, Oil?
Yep. I saw both of those forms when they were duking it out with Granolah.
Then he's fine. The wish to make him the strongest came after that.
Right, makes sense. He can still win this.
Relax. I assume they might teach... Hold on. Okay, sorry. Had I not known that my family texted me, I would have never known that they was asking me if I wanted lunch.
They'd already used those transformations, right, Oil?
Yep, I saw both of those forms when they were duking it out with Granolah.
Then he's fine. The wish to make him the strongest came after that.
Right, makes sense. He can still win this.
Relax. I assume they might team up against him. He's the strongest in the universe. Gas outclasses Granolah.
Oh, yeah?
Just watch.
And then it cuts to both Goku and Vegeta using every bit of their strength to still push this destruction ball into Gas. And then it shows Gas, who starts to repel this destruction ball. And it starts to push back against him.
We're getting pushed back. Darn it! It's no use!
And then it cuts to Vegeta, who just leaves Goku as Goku struggles to keep the ball from killing him. Vegeta, come on! And then he just starts holding his own, like doing his best to keep the destruction ball from hitting him. And Vegeta jumps over the ball and he tries to launch over to where Gas is. And Gas kicks him directly in the midsection with such force that there's a hole in his jumpsuit now. And then Gas then holds the head of Vegeta and just repeatedly, like, hammer punches him over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, cool. So apparently my family already got me my lunch because I answered too late. But what I asked for is exactly what they got me. My family knows me so well. But he starts hammer punching Vegeta over and over again, and then he throws him away.
What's wrong, Saiyan? Losing too much blood? Do you think you can still win?
Why wouldn't I?
Save your prattle for the afterlife.
And then it cuts to Goku. Who's still struggling against this repelled destruction ball. And then he sees the city behind him and realizes that if he hits that city's destroyed. So he gathers up all of his strength and sends the destruction ball high into the air. Vegeta! And then he instant transmissions right over to where Vegeta is. Vegeta! And then it shows Vegeta hitting Gas directly in the face.
You worm. What trick is this? How is your body still moving?
Damage is nothing but fuel for me. Do you realize what that means? I'm only getting stronger.
And then it cuts to Gas, who just looks more exasperated than anything else. Because he doesn't realize that like Oil may have known about these forms of Goku and Vegeta, but Gas doesn't know. And he doesn't realize that Ultra Ego for Vegeta basically turns any damage done to him into strength he can use. And, I mean, if it worked on Granolah, it can work on Gas. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last chapter for today. We will conclude with my completion of catching up to Dragon Ball Super tomorrow. All I can say is it's been a monumentally great time for me to read Dragon Ball Super for all of you. All this time, I've been so happy to read through all of this. And it's actually sad that tomorrow's going to be my last full-length read-through of going through Dragon Ball Super. But I'm happy that I'm going to be able to finally catch up to the entire series. So to everyone, I just want to say thank you. Well, actually, I should save my final thank yous for my last stream tomorrow. But learning about Bardock, learning that he wished for his sons to thrive, and that's pretty much why Goku has been doing all this insurmountable stuff on not just for his training, but the fact that he's literally become the ace in the hole for the entire universe is simply because of a wish that Bardock made 40 years ago for Goku to thrive, to prosper, to flourish, to develop well or vigorously. That's why Goku is so strong, because of Bardock and the wish that he made for his sons to thrive. So imagine how Raditz would be if he applied the same mindset as Goku. He'd probably still be alive right now, getting as strong as his younger brother. Well, we can't call him younger anymore since Raditz is dead, but thanks to Bardock, Goku is where he is right now, training with the power of literal gods. It's amazing to see the progress that Goku has made. But also, we got to thank Bardock for being the biggest, massive Chad of all of Dragon Ball. Simply because of his machinations, going up against Frieza, but also finding out he went up against the Heaters, and that's what led him to be who he is right now. Just all these different events. It's just amazing. So with the last 4 chapters that will conclude tomorrow, I'll be fully caught up. I can't even get my words out right because I'm burping. I'm sorry. Fully caught up with Dragon Ball Super. So that's all I got. All I can say to everyone here, these chapters did Bardock justice. They did. Because I've already known about Bardock. Anytime Bardock is mentioned, he's like mentioned in the same way that Roger. Bardock carries as much weight in the Dragon Ball universe as Roger does in One Piece. Because both of these individuals are legendary characters. The same weight. But I'm just happy that I'm finally going to be able to catch up to Dragon Ball tomorrow. I'm excited. So to everyone here, all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe. And this isn't just for new people. I know I say this is if you're new here and everything, but this applies to everybody. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!